All right, before we start, I need you to be real with yourself for a second. No judgment, no pressure, just honesty. If English suddenly became important in your life today, like right now, a job interview, a presentation, an important conversation with someone who matters, would you trust your English? Not do you know English, but do you trust yourself to speak it when it counts? Most people hesitate. And that hesitation right there, that's the whole problem. Because most English learners don't fail due to lack of knowledge. They fail due to lack of trust in themselves. And today, we're fixing that. Welcome back to the podcast. This episode is called How to Speak Fluent English in 7 Days. And before anyone rolls their eyes, let me be very clear. This is not fake motivation. This is not wake up at 5 a.m. and manifest fluency. This is not about becoming native level fluent in a week. What is possible in 7 days is this: speaking without freezing, thinking less while talking, staying calm under pressure, trusting your voice in English. And that alone can change your life. So, if you're here because you're tired of understanding English but not being able to use it, lock in. The real reason you're stuck. Let's start with some truth. Most English learners are doing too much and practicing too little. They're studying vocabulary lists, grammar rules, exceptions to exceptions. But when it's time to speak, silence. Mind blank, heart racing, confidence gone. Why? Because speaking is not knowledge. Speaking is a performance skill. It's pressure plus speed plus emotion. Think about driving. You don't learn to drive by reading traffic laws. You learn by being in traffic. English works the same way. Your brain needs experience, not more information. And fluent speakers, they're not calm because they're gifted. They're calm because they've been uncomfortable thousands of times already. This 7-day system doesn't add more theory. It adds experience. What fluency actually means. Let's clear this up once and for all. Fluency is not perfect grammar, fancy vocabulary, never making mistakes. That's Instagram English. Real fluency is speaking without freezing, continuing even when you mess up, expressing ideas clearly, and staying emotionally calm while talking. Native speakers mess up constantly. They just don't panic when it happens. That's the secret. So, this episode isn't about sounding perfect. It's about sounding stable. And stability is what creates confidence. The 7-day system. This system is simple, but not easy. And simple is good. Day 1, identity reset and the diary. Day 1 doesn't involve speaking much, and that's why people skip it. But this day decides everything. Before you improve your English, you need to answer one question. Why do I need English? Not want, not it would be nice. Need. Grab a notebook. Yes, a real one. Write situations like job interviews, presentations, meetings, travel, moving abroad, speaking to clients. Now write specific goals. Explain my experience clearly. Answer questions without panic. Speak for 5 minutes without stopping. This does something powerful. You stop learning English for fun. You start training English for survival. And your brain takes that seriously. Days 2 through 3. Speak even when it's bad. This is where confidence is born. And it's not pretty. Here's the rule for days 2 and 3. Speak out loud every day, no matter how bad it sounds. Not in your head, not whispering, out loud. Talk about your day, your plans, your opinions, your problems. Set a timer for 5 to 10 minutes. And here's the hardest part. No stopping, no correcting, no restarting. Why? Because stopping teaches fear. Continuing teaches control. Your brain starts learning, I can speak imperfectly and survive. That's everything. Confidence isn't a personality trait, it's memory. Why shadowing and repetition work. Quick side note, because this matters. When you repeat English out loud, especially full sentences, You're training your mouth, your rhythm, your speed, your confidence. Your accent improves naturally, your grammar improves naturally. Not because you studied more, because your body learned the language. That's how kids learn. That's how fluent adults learn too. Days 4 and 5. Real-life speaking, the difference maker. This is where progress becomes visible. Now you stop practicing English, you practice situations. If you need English for interviews, you train interviews. If you need presentations, you train presentations. Example: interview practice. Tell me about yourself. What are your strengths? Why should we hire you? You answer out loud. You don't memorize, you repeat. Again and again and again. At first, it feels awkward. Then something clicks. Your brain stops panicking because it recognizes the situation. Fear disappears when things feel familiar. Day 6. Pressure training. This is elite. Today, you simulate pressure. Stand up, look at a wall or camera, pretend people are listening. Speak for 5 to 10 minutes non-stop. No fixing, no judging, no apologizing. This is how athletes train. This is how performers are made. Because when the real moment arrives, your body says, "I've done this before," and calm replaces fear. Day 7. The confidence check. Day 7 is simple but emotional. Set a timer. Speak freely about your life, your goals, your journey with English. When it ends, stop. And notice this. You might not be fluent yet, but you're no longer scared. And fear was the real enemy. Once fear is gone, fluency becomes inevitable. Why this method works. This system works because it trains speaking, not studying, builds emotional control, removes fear gradually, and prepares you for real pressure. Fluent speakers aren't fearless, they're trained. And training beats talent every time. Let me say this clearly. You don't need years. You need focused days. 7 serious days can change how you see yourself. And once you believe, "I can speak English," everything else becomes easier. Speak daily. Practice with purpose. Trust the process. Now subscribe to our channel and let's unlock English. If you want to train your English, watch our next video right here.